Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we're in Minecraft for the Saturday, which is normal, and we're going to be digging out the power core, which we started on Thursday, or at least continued on Thursday. Made some decent headway, and I felt like it was a good time to just kind of push on and see how much we could get dug out, so that's the plan. It'll be kind of a chill afternoon of making some progress. These kind of builds, they always require some sort of labor, and so I think I'd rather get it out of the way so we can work on the design stuff next. And I don't yet know what I want to use for the walls of the power core chamber, or even what the core itself is going to look like. I know we want some animation in it, so we're going to be doing some stuff with probably copper lanterns. I want to say was the best test result. I have to go back to that VOD and see what actually looked the best, but that's the plan, is to get some work done on that. Shout out and thank you to MindTripMedia for the 100 bits during the starting Stoon screen. Appreciate that. SweetSandi is here. Nadila is also here. Good to see you. Silvery and Retro Shaggy. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. I don't know about you, but I am full of pancakes and ready for Minecraft. So we need to get some more quartz before the sun comes up. Will, thanks very much. I'm glad you like the spawn chunks. We like making it. Thanks for coming by. You've been hearing about this command center for a while then, if this is your first time here. How long have you been listening to the spawn chunks? Just put something behind him. Did. I don't think I want to make the power core with quartz. I feel like it might be a good idea. Do something a little bit more metallic, maybe polished andesite. Hey, there's Dan. What's up? We can put this here. And I'm going to need stone boxes. I might as well just bring an empty shulker box. Two for stone. Will granite's almost full. Bring that one. Bring the andesite. That's full. So we'll need another one for andesite. Diorite one. Got two spares for the other stuff. Got food, got rockets. We should be good. You've been listening to about a month or two. Try to listen to one a day. That's awesome that you're listening to the archive. Thanks very much. Do you listen to the new ones? I hope you listen to the new ones. What I try to do with new listeners is encourage them to listen to the latest. And then while you're waiting for the next episode to come out on a Monday, go dive into the archive. So I don't know how much farther we have to go, but we might as well go at least another 5 or 10 layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least until we get another light. Oh, that's how you do it? Perfect. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Because that way you stay on top of the news, you find out what's current, and then you can always dive the archive when you're waiting for new stuff to come out. The Citadel Cafe, on the other hand, there's really no reason to listen to them in any particular order because, I mean, half the time, because we're only doing one show per month on the Citadel Cafe, a lot of the times the stuff that we're talking about has been out for a couple weeks anyway, so it's not like it's the most current show. We try to talk about like the things that are currently going on, but it's hard because I don't want to binge shows, nor does Steven. So in order to talk about something, we can talk about it like kind of while we're watching it, or we watch the whole thing and then we talk about it at the end. And sometimes that means it's been out for a couple of months, right? Or sometimes if we don't see it in theaters, we'll end up watching it on home video streaming. If it's a film. I think that's something that's nice about the Citadel Cafe right now is that just because of the topics that are listed on the tin, it's not just what we talk about. We talk about more than just the things that make the cover or the title. So there's always some Easter eggs and stuff we don't intend to talk about that we end up talking about for a good part of the show. I really like the front part of the show where Steve and I just talk about some nerdy stuff that we're into. Sometimes it's an app, sometimes it's a game, sometimes it's, you know, it's not necessarily just another TV show like we usually front load. Like this week I was talking about all my nerdy adventures trying to learn how to make sourdough. Running into more clay, we must be getting close to another lush cave. Yeah. We keep our heads up for mobs spawning. Abnav, Deja Vu, were you here on Thursday? You were probably here on Thursday. I think I mentioned it on Thursday as well, but this time of day in this pit really reminds me of Satisfactory. Makes me want to go play. But I'm waiting until 1.2 comes out. I think we've got a new video in a week. The end of February, they're going to release a new video about what's coming. I thought it was supposed to be this Friday, but I must have got the date wrong. Yeah, the bread stuff has been going pretty well. I made homemade pizza dough last night for the 4th time, and it came out pretty good. I actually let it over ferment during the day, so it worked out quite well. It's odd how sometimes you want to over ferment something and sometimes you don't. Usually with bread you don't, unless it's focaccia or something like that. But I think that's all the sides. Almost. Might have pawned the cooking duties onto my husband, but Silk Song is Calling. I could not get into that game. Couldn't get into the first one. Certainly couldn't get into the second one. I just found the amount of times you have to repeat stuff monotonous. I found that there's also a couple of enemies that I just thought were they hit too hard, and I don't like the feeling of I have to last this whole level. I know I cannot get hit once if I want to survive it. And then you get hit once and like in the first 15% of the level, I was like, well, now I'm just going to start over. And now I don't feel like I'm playing a game. Now I just feel like I'm, I don't know, task repeating. And it doesn't feel fun at that point anymore. There's a new platformer that I did download to try though. I can't remember what it was called. It's on Game Pass and it came out in February. It looked similar to Ori in the Blind Forest, but it's got a different name. Oni or something? Starts with an O. Kind of a cute purple and blue cover art. I gave High on Life 2 a shot as well, and unsurprisingly, I was hoping I was going to like it, but I didn't. And it doesn't seem like it's doing anything different than the original, and if anything, it's not doing it as well. The controls are just very slidey, and there's a lot of stuff where you're on rails, and I didn't like the lack of control. And for a second version of the game, you thought, you would think that it would look nicer, and it doesn't. If anything, it barely makes, the graphic fidelity of the first one. I don't think I need the scaffolding right now. Blast Jordan, hello. I know of what you speak, but I have not tried it. The platformer or High on Life? High on Life is very specific in terms of your tastes. It's got pretty blue comedy in it, so it may not be for everybody. I didn't find the comedy all that good. It wasn't like I'm not offended or anything like that, but they're definitely trying to offend people. Like they're going out of their way to make it something that people will be shocked and awed by. The Ori-like one? Yeah. What's it called? Does anybody know? If anybody knows, throw a link in chat. Aha, a skeleton. I need more things in my inventory. You know what? I really don't. Whoa, there's definitely some stuff spawning down here. I hear a zombie in the wall again. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a help with a cave. I think out of all the giant caves in this island, I picked the one spot where it's pretty solid all the way through. Wish I had something I could do with all this clay. It's such a nice color, but I haven't quite figured out what I can do with it. Maybe I can put it in a floor or a ceiling or something. It'd be a nice light color for a ceiling, especially in a blue themed room. Maybe we can use it to line the insides of light chambers, because it looks like it's pretty like it would probably appear pretty reflective, like as a visual cheat. How far am I going down? I don't know. I want it to feel really, really deep and ominous. So I don't know. I will probably go to deep slate layer, so we've only got another 16 layers to go. Only because it's easy to get there. If I decide to go deeper than deep slate, it'll be a decision to like, is this going to be worth it? Will it look good? Because the labor is going to change considerably. I also know that these don't make the most exciting VODs after the fact, so like I want to try and bounce back and forth between a little bit of this that needs to get done and then some design work. It's also nice to do this kind of stuff when I don't have any solid ideas for the design work. Like, I don't really know how I'm going to do the top floor of this particular building, so it might as well take some time while I'm kind of stumped creatively to take care of some of the hard labor that goes with survival Minecraft. Might be time to put down some shulkers. missed that entirely. I really like that this texture pack makes the redstone glow. Cool. Well, I shouldn't say texture pack. I should say the shader pack. Hey, Gabby the guy, how's it going? I know it is really funny that Pixel, the co-host on Spawnchunks, is also digging a big hole for his project. His is a lot bigger though. I think that's the thing. Like, it's got to be pretty frustrating for him as well. I need to ask him this on the show, because neither one of us, I don't think, are super engaged with the update that's coming for Minecraft with the baby animals. And regardless of interest, I also think like there's not much tutorial wise to do with baby animals, right? Like, I mean, he can cover the golden dandelion, and in the survival guide you can do a couple of things, but like really there's not a ton that you can do. I mean, one video will absolutely cover it, and it will not be a long video. I know I've sort of said it here and there on the podcast, but I don't think it's any secret that I'm not super excited about the baby animals. But I also feel like for all the effort that it takes to do new baby animals, new baby mobs, I don't feel like they're as good as they could be. And when you see a game like Hytale that has way better animation and more character, and the models are allowed to be a little bit more modern looking, I really feel like there's a certain level of the design aesthetic in Minecraft that's kind of holding them back. And I wonder if that's a smart choice. I mean, I'm not a game designer. I'm a game player. I'm a game critic. I'm not even a game journalist. I'm just a, you know, I say just a podcaster, but like, you know, I provide editorial and opinion, not deep research or deep knowledge on how it's made. Oh, one rocket just does it. another andesite box? I must. It's also full. Some of this music reminds me of Mass Effect. Hmm. T-Rose McCarran. I'm still convinced the baby animals are just the icing on top. The real point of this update is moving files, the DM1 stuff. Oh. Yeah, you think the bulk of the work is behind the scenes, which is fair, but it's still, that's still not features, you know? And if that's the case, I do think that it would benefit Mojang to say, hey, this is going to be a technically heavy update, so be prepared for lighter than normal content. Oh, he got me. It's annoying. He had a flame bow. That require proactive comms from Mojang and doing fun things. Yeah. I wouldn't be that harsh on it, but yeah, that I do find that their communication can sometimes be lackluster. I also find that the level of enthusiasm is the same regardless of what level of content we're getting as players. Like Agnes was very excited about baby moms, and they're cute, but they don't do anything. So like, okay, it's great that you're excited, but I don't really feel, and this is anecdotal because it's only myself, Johnny, and the people that we talk to in our Discord. The Discord is not busting at the seams with excitement for baby animals and the latest update. Nor is my chat here on Twitch. Now, granted, I don't have a huge chat on Twitch, but you know, as a small sample size, like people are not coming in every day and saying like, "Oh my gosh, countdown until we get baby armadillos." You know, like that's not what I'm hearing. I think it depends on what the casual players are into, right? Like, I mean, I think the baby animals will maybe be appealing to people that restart the game all the time. I think this is the level I gotta put a light on. One, two, three, four, five. Yep. It is, it is. It's funny how, like, in an early game, finding this much clay, I would be collecting all of it. But at this stage in the game, I'm just like, meh, whatever. I've got 2 shulker boxes full, I'm good. Whoops. Nice. Are we out of the last cave again? Nope. I can hear water, but I think it's the bubble columns that are in the middle. Could be wrong. Oh yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the outside. Knowing my luck, we're probably skirting by a cave. That would have saved me a ton of time. At least we're replenishing the gravel stores for concrete and stuff. I was able to get another shulker box of gravel, I think, throughout this whole thing. You're sort of neutral, J. Christ, on the baby animals because they don't have any resources or any real gameplay purposes. Yeah. I still think the golden dandelion should have been something that they gave to the sniffer. So, I mean, I can appreciate. I know why they didn't, because they wanted to be accessible super quickly to everyone that just wants to log in and play. But when you add something like that, that's kind of obviously a magical item. Putting it in an ancient seed, making it not a dandelion, and having it be a, I don't know, golden something. Somebody in the you know, comments that knows different kinds of flowers can jump in anytime. I just think that would be a little bit more imaginative, I guess. Drew Chin, did someone say flowers? Yeah. Someone suggested a splash potion of youth that would have worked, but Same argument. Potion brewing, definitely mid-game. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The golden dandelion is pretty easy. Pretty easy to get. Because you can get gold without going to the nether. I mean, you can probably even find gold in village chests and stuff like that too, right? You could potentially even kill a zombie and get golden armor and smelt that down into an ingot, or not an ingot, but a nugget rather. So I can definitely hear the water columns in the middle, but I thought I was hearing something on the outside too. I'm gonna have to take a break and get some more quartz and repair the pick. Maybe I'll do that when the sun comes up. The nice thing is that while we're down here, we're too close for anything to spawn. So it's not awful. Speaking of gold, there you go. To get a golden dandelion, all you have to do is dig a 60-meter pit. No biggie. You can do that without a beacon and without endgame tools? Sure. Yikes. Oh, you're spawning in here now. While I'm here. That's that side done. There is something very satisfying about creating a simple smooth surface of all the same texture. Are they both full? No. Geez, getting there. Might be time to take one of those back. That's full. Okay. Hey, there's the deep slate. We're almost there. One rocket does no longer do it. That can go away. Keep that. This can go in here. That I'm just going to fill up with what's already up here. So we need another box for stone. Say, I thought I had them in there. Might as well just leave those out. That getting really full too. Can we just make these into balls? I think, or yes. I need a new shulker for granite. I always forget that you can do this in your inventory. Granite. I'll need some stone. Old Nintendo. Hello, how's it going? And is that it? I guess that's it. Before I go on a quick break, I'm going to grab some quartz and repair the pick. This is remarkably efficient for repairing your tools. It's almost as good as having like a furnace XP farm. Which wouldn't be a bad idea in this area either. Because I'd have to go all the way to the gold farm. Stand there for a while. Kill the zombified piglins. How old is Elvis now, SweetSandi? One and a half years, wow. We're getting real full on the quartz. Good problem to have. Cool. Folks, I take a break once an hour. It gives me a chance to refresh the coffee. You can grab a friend, grab a snack, maybe refresh your own drink. Let someone know that I'm streaming. It does really help. I'll be right back. Blue Crow says, I see a new screenshot for the break. Love it. Yeah, thanks. I need to, there's not a lot finished around here, so that's been tricky. I have a new starting soon screen as well. I just feel like if someone pops by the stream while I'm on a break, then there needs to be something decent to have them stick around, because like a giant mushroom field was fine when that's what all there was, but now there's a lot more, right? So I feel like it makes sense. So we're starting to see the first little bits of deep slate. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And it looks like we broke a water column at some point. Hey, caught a break. Maybe we'll catch a break into the deep slate. That would be good. think the goal today is to get at least down to a full level of deep slate. And we'll see what we can do from there. At that point, I should start thinking about the actual design. I feel like we're running into a lot of lapis, too. Not complaining, just it's interesting. Enjoy the cloaked ship I built. Shows picture of terrain. Nice. That would be a pretty funny entry into a build competition. It's like, what is it? It's a cloaked ship. Where? That's the point. I thought that was a really neat part of the Predator Badlands movie that we talked about in the Citadel Cafe, was that his mission, Deck, the main Predator character, he's trying to earn that camouflage cloak that the Predators use that makes them invisible. He's going on his chosen hunt as part of like his coming of age, and the reward is that he gets to have a cloak. Which is interesting because that means like that suggests that predators don't always have it, and they have to do a lot of their hunting as young predators, or Yocha, I guess as they're called, without a cloak, being able to be seen by everything. Because the cloak, I really feel like, gives a significant advantage to the predators. I kind of want to go back and watch some of the other Predator movies. I know not all of them are very good, but I feel like I want to go back and watch some of them. I haven't seen Predator 2 in a really long time. I just watched somebody do a reaction video to the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I don't feel like I need to go and watch that. But I guess I could go with reaction videos, and rather than going to watch the whole thing, I could probably go and watch reaction videos. That same reactor might do more. They might do the whole series. That would be kind of fun. It's so nice when the sun shines. Actually, was that lit up at all? Just barely. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's on the lower level here. Cool. That ship has sailed. Oh man, I'm not liking how long it's going to take to get through deepslate. We might be making some design decisions based on how deep a hole does Joel want to dig. I don't think it's necessary to go all the way to bedrock. I just want it to be deep enough that it feels very Star Wars-y. I guess we're going to start to run in speckles of deep slate until we actually get to level 0. I never thought I should check my cobblestone stores. Maybe I should be doing more cobble. I probably have a shulker full of cobble. No? Okay. Let's fill that up. You know what? I don't think I need more of these. I think this dirt box is going to be full. Oh, there goes the anvil. All right, some of the stuff we can put away. Oops, that's the wrong coin. Hey, look, without the color coding on the box, it's sometimes easy to mix them up, especially when they're really small. I just did it twice. That's the one I want. That's the full one. I want the empty one. The gray shulker box is all the same. They look cool here in the room, but they're not that practical in your inventory because it's really easy to mix stuff up. I might have to put this somewhere else. Next update will allow stone to be converted into cobble in the stone cutter. Is it stone to cobble or is it deep slate to deep slate recipes? Did they change both? The only one that I saw was both into cobble forms. Oh, that's cool. Do I have to turn deep slate into deep slate cobble first and then craft it, or can I go right from regular deep slate to the crafted items? I'm hoping they don't make an extra step because that's tedious. Also, hi, Sunnybrook one. Sorry, I almost called you Sillybrook one. I mean, maybe you're both. I don't know. You could be having a silly Saturday. I'm not going to judge. We must be still in a lush cave. Yes. Let's use this one to get more goodies. I guess I should have to be careful with some of these. Maybe I shouldn't break all the ores. Easier to store them as the blocks. Yeah, the deep slate layers are going to be slow. I guess we gotta be careful. We're not going to be picking up much stone then. That's the case. Moss farming the deep slate, or as a variant drop some crystals and kill mobs for the skulk. As a variant drop. No, I'll probably just mine it. I really don't like the moss mechanic. There's too much tool switching to be convenient. Plus, it's gonna eat into the walls. Like, I can't control it in such a small space. Man, it really slows down, doesn't it? It's been a really long time since I've had to dig out anything deep slate related. I guess the closest would have been the straight tunnels, but you don't notice it that much because you're going in a straight line. No, TNT is also, for us, it's a colossal waste of sand because we don't have TNT duping on the server. Not something we do, so mining it is probably the better way. If there was a way, this is something I think would be a really interesting way to do a TNT mine if you were on a server or were someone that did not want to do TNT duping. It's too bad that when you create a creeper farm, there's not a way to have the creepers be primed and ready to explode when they drop out of the bottom of a creeper farm. I think that would be really cool because it would provide a way to get renewable gunpowder that would blast and destroy rocks. I mean, you wouldn't get any drops from it. It wouldn't provide you with any materials, but I just think a creeper farm above where you want to mine and just dropping live creepers in to blow things up would be pretty funny. I have far too many shulker boxes with me. Slowing down things. This is feeling a lot better, no? I like that. Where I play, a group of us work together to turn the deep slate into moss, then grow spruce to convert the moss to podzol, which is then dug up as dirt, which converted into mud, turning into clay. Oh wow, that's a process. We've got such a big mangrove swamp on the server that I've not bothered to try to make mud. I just go get it when I need it. And right now in this area, I'm only ever going to need it for like technical farms. I'm not going to need it for building, I don't think. Unless I do some sort of like terrarium or something. I think I really want to turn the Mushroom Island. The more I'm here, the more I want to change the surroundings to something that looks kind of like Tron. You know, the grid. I think that could be really cool. It's a lot of work. And I may have to come up with a better way to make concrete. Can you get concrete from villagers at all? Or is it only terracotta? Wow, the pace really has slowed, even with just like 20% deep slate, right? I do remember when I was digging the tunnels, that was always a relief when I ran into a pocket of tuff, because you go from such a slow mining speed to insta-mine with the tuff, and it always felt like such a relief from how slow the mining was going otherwise. Masons is only terracotta. Maybe get concrete as a trade through masons, yeah. I mean, the thing to do would be, if I knew I was going to make a big concrete area, would be to place a lot of the concrete powder and then use buckets to convert it, like in place. Does anybody here remember? I don't know what season of Hermitcraft it was. It was 5 maybe or 6, where Rendog had a mushroom island, and he converted it into what looked like a circuit board. It was really cool looking. So I don't want to copy that idea, but I like the idea of having the entire surface of the planet be or the area be kind of like non-organic. Because when you're on the mushroom island, you can't see anything from the edge. Like, it's such a big island. When you're standing, even when you're standing on the edge, I don't think, I mean, maybe this renders in, but like, there's definitely a lot of points where you can't see anything but ocean or mushroom island. So like, I could really control what the player can see from the area, which is cool. I was like, what is that? It's a spider. Some stuff away and then take a sleep. Oops. I don't think I need that anymore. I'm not filling these up as fast, so we can probably just not have that on us taking up space. I'm not running into a lot of diorite either. Can probably leave that up here. It's so nice to be organized in this space now. So nice. I knew I had some of this stuff somewhere. Copper must be in my ender chest. Or is it? Huh. Weird. Well, it is now. Rotten flesh. It's not really anything I need to use for that. I can just turf that. I guess I'll keep that for now. No, we'll switch back. Again, one less thing to worry about in the inventory. Ren's Industrial Zone? That was the most recent. No, this was years ago. He did a sci-fi one where everything was like he turned the surface of the overworld. This one I'm thinking of. He was on a mushroom island. We have a data pack mod that allows us to toss stacks of concrete powder into cauldrons to convert it. No placing the powder, but tossing it in. That's cool on the diagonal. Yeah, that's. I don't mind a concrete converter machine. Like, I think that's okay. The issue that we have is without TNT duping, to really get a lot of concrete going, we have to sacrifice sand. I've got no shortage of gunpowder. I've got all kinds of gunpowder stuff on the server. Do I have a bow box? I thought I did. I could have sworn that I had a bow and arrow box. There it is. I love how silent it is to use the crafters as storage. Awesome. Oh, andesite's full. We need another one of those. I guess that was the one that I was using. I think we're good to go back. Do I need to repair? No. I miss you making the hidden crafting. Cool. Oh yeah, I didn't... Like, this stuff just doesn't look very sci-fi, right? But we can just get away with the pale oak pressure plates. And so there's just stairs. Well, here, I'll show you. It's just stairs and sticky pistons and a little redstone wire that kind of snakes around and unpowers that torch. And that's it. And it's just the same on both sides. And then these are all crafters that are just facing the ceiling. And they make for great storage. They look kind of sci-fi. Worked out really well. I, however, did not make one to hide the bed. I think what I maybe should have done was have some of this maybe over there and then have the bed hidden somewhere. Or make another one. You can see underneath this. Otherwise, I would put more pressure plates over here. I don't know. It could still be worth it to maybe add something. I don't think I need to have like a bed hidden right here, but I think it would be cool to have some sort of door to the back, because we've also got a couple of villagers back there and my LAs are hidden back there. So I need to like figure this out. Also, this is temporary, as is the bed. So like the bed here feels weird. We might have to put the bed somewhere else in the command center. I'm not sure if there's many new people here, but I guess I should probably take a brief flight around so people know what we're working on. So we've got all of this space, and you can see how I've been starting to flatten it out. I don't think I'm going to go completely flat, but I don't think I'm going to go organic when it comes to the mountains. I think we're going to go more straight edge stuff, which I think could be more fun. But apparently now I don't do anything small in Minecraft. Living quarters. Imagine making like a little vanilla Minecraft house, like just kind of floating in one of the rooms somewhere upstairs. That would be funny. Actually, before I get down here, how are we doing? How are we doing for flight and heights and stuff? Oh, I missed. Okay. All right, so here's one thing I like about this so far. Right now, from this edge up here, you can barely see the bottom. So we can go down another 5 or 6 blocks. We might have to go down another 10 blocks, but like from here, you can't see the bottom at all. And if I go down here, unless you go right up to the edge, you can't see the bottom. So like that's kind of cool. That's what I want. Like when you're walking around this, you're like, that just feels super deep. You kind of have to go up to here to see how deep it is. But not being able to see the bottom from up there, I think is going to be at least the initial goal. And then we can put some sort of like glow effects or dark stuff down here, and I think it'll look cool. Dig to bedrock and blow out the bedrock? No, not doing that. I don't need a void in my life. I was not expecting a giant pocket of granite again. guess we're still at level 4. Does it turn completely to deep slate by 0, or does it then start to take over with more deep slate and then stone, and then eventually at like -10 it becomes all deep slate? I don't often go down this deep in the world. I've been playing on the surface for like 6 years. This is the most digging and caving that I've ever done, I think, in the game. In the last 3 months. Deep slate, tough, and gravel, no stone. Oh no, I know that it eventually goes to deep slate, tough, and gravel, but I mean, does the stone stop at 0, or does the stone stop at like -5 or -10 or something? Like, we're not at 0 yet, but we're getting little pockets of deep slate. So deep slate obviously starts spawning somewhere around level 5 or 6. It grades from one to the other. Okay, cool. Deep slate in this shader pack does not reflect any light whatsoever, or very little. I always find it very dark when you're working outside near it. We had to light the inside build so intensely. Good news, accessing the inventory of a crafter doesn't trigger piglin anger. Oh, that's cool. I never thought about that. I was just using it because it looked nice, but that's great. That's good to know. Modest piglin-proof storage, that's cool. I'll have to bring that information to the Spawn Chunks on Monday. Just too long to try to mine while still moving. You have to kind of stutter step. It might be just because I'm left-handed, but I much prefer to move right in Minecraft when I'm building. I don't know whether barrels anger piglins or whether it's just chests. I don't think barrels would be similar, because barrels, they make noise. I wonder if it's any container that makes noise. If that's the case, you could test to see whether hoppers work too as piglin proof. Same thing with droppers. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, actually. We're definitely getting into more deep slate. It's certainly looking darker on the map, too. Surprisingly, with all the dirt. And no real lucky break with the lush cave. We hit the corner of one. That was about it. The gravel does help, at least. It's just chest and shulkers. Barrel and Minecraft with boat chest also. So you're saying that barrels and boat chests will anger piglins? Chest, trap chest, boat chest, Minecraft chest, ender chest. I think the new copper chests. That makes sense. What would be cool, it would be really loud visually, but if they ever give us something like a golden chest, having a golden chest that doesn't anger piglins would be cool. I always think it's dumb that the chest thing angers piglins. I think it really limits nether play. I've always felt like this is our stuff. I can understand us, you know, mining something like gold and them getting angry, but you know, because they would see it as like their territory. But the fact that it's our chests has always bugged me, especially if it's something like a shulker that they've never seen before. So if you're gonna make them get angry at chests, then like give us the shulker boxes, you know. Which, I mean, that's an easy data pack to make, I would imagine. I couldn't make it myself, but I don't think that would be a terribly difficult thing to do. Well, the map for this is starting to look pretty cool now that we've got this big black hole in the middle. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, we're getting there. Whoops. I guess I just do the middle too. Leave, miss any spots in here? Yeah. Oh, we hit one of our tunnels. So that's obviously the level 0. Because I would have put them at like 30, 60, 0. I think it's every 30 blocks, the tunnels. Yeah, it will be so nice when we don't have to differentiate between deep slate and cobble deep slate. Oh, we're full. Did I bring... I didn't bring any of those shulkers with me. Now that we have a tunnel, that means we have elevators. I guess coal is in a different box. Oh, that's full. That's not the right one. Where did I put the coal box that I'm looking for? I think it's over here. There it is. Almost full. I think that's the first deep slate coal ore I've ever seen in the game. Yeah, still a lot more granite than I thought we were going to run into. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. I'm just going to try to clear out the last 2 levels, I think. I don't have a garbage in here either. I just have to wait for stuff to despawn. Piglins get angry for you for anything with the word chest in it. And also barrel and shulker box. Hoppers are safe too. Oh, cool. We will sleep. Get some light on the situation. So now that you've been along for this ride of this this chamber, what material do you think would look cool going down the walls? I wish I had a link to the VOD where I was testing out the lights, but there's going to be copper bulbs along this column, and they're going to be pulsing light upwards, I think. We'll be getting rid of the water columns in the middle. You know what? I think it might be easier to go one level at a time. I thought maybe I would do two, but I think one level is still going to be the better way to go. At least I can see the edges that way. Oh wow, yeah. So low. I will probably leave level 0 as all deep slate. It'll be less to fix. Does polished stuff look industrial enough? The color is so good with the copper. It looks industrial enough, but it's not something that's in the internal block palette for the build. I've used it a lot in the external and in ceilings. So we've got a lot of polished stuff on the roof, obviously under construction. And then in here, but not really anywhere else other than exterior stuff. I need to figure out replay mod and make myself a couple of like be right back videos that are just big sweeping camera shots of the area. I think that would be way more interesting. I also want to update my scenes in OBS to have like just a regular camera shot of wherever I'm standing. At least then the light would be going by. Well, in the open now, I just have to make sure I've slept lately because the phantoms will come and get me if not. Which is a thing that you can only say out loud when you're playing Minecraft. Like, it's just, I don't want to spend any time outside. I feel like the phantoms will come and get me. The rest of your friends look at you like you get 3 heads. Replay mod showcase would be very cool. Yeah, I want to do something like that. I kept on saying I was going to do it for West Hill, but I never did. And I think I was looking at West Hill and not anticipating spending 5 years live on stream building that. So I should probably learn from my, not mistake, but learn from my experience and just realize that I'm probably going to be on this project a while. And it'll be a good idea to have that replay mod thing saved, because I think you can save like the camera path, and then I could load it back up again every so often and update it, right? Or I could have the original video and crossfade from one to the other, where you would see the progress. Copper bulbs, which patina, orange or teal? Sorry if I missed that earlier. I think I was leaning on orange, if I remember correctly. That was the problem I didn't like. That's the thing I didn't like about them, is that I had to deal with the colors of the bulbs. I think it was okay with orange if I had them behind another layer of glass. I feel like I was able to kind of tint them a certain color. I was doing more of a proof of concept in terms of its physical or technical capability to be able to build something that would do that. It's going to be a lot of observers. Can I get quartz crystals from trading with villagers at all? Or is it only quartz blocks? Coal ore in deep slate is a cool looking block. I wonder if I can use that for anything else. Bartering, right? So I can get it from piglins. Cool. Because that's something that I've not done. I've not built my own like auto bartering thing because we'd have to put it close to the gold farm, I think, and I think it's possible. I would just have to figure out where I want to put the piglins. And I have to double check with people because previously I was using the gold farm for golden carrots, but now that I've got a villager to trade with, I don't need to do that. So we are standing on level 0, and I'll convert all of this to deep slate just so it looks cool. But I will also have to make sure it's all facing the same direction. All right, so as long as it's down. It'd be good. Means keeping, also regarding updating maps on a wall, there is a way to do it. Going to make a copy of the map, place one on the wall, hold the other hand, and then wall map updates. Was that something we were talking about? I don't remember that at all. I'm only going to be using maps for custom art, I think, in the sci-fi area. Oh, I am out of stone. Interesting. You're no longer collecting enough stone. Oh, it's Spawn Chunks episode. Yeah. There's so much information that goes through my brain for Spawn Chunks that I don't. In the moment or the day after the show, I'll be hip to the conversation, but like after that, it's not something that kind of keeps floating around. I still don't think that Minecraft maps are the best. I think they could be improved a lot. In terms of how they function as actual maps, I mean. I am no longer collecting stuff. This will fill up that shulker. Yeah, deepslate coal ore is cool looking. I'm going to keep some of this. Well, I guess I still have a lot to tear down, don't I? You wish what was a truer color? Maps? Yeah. That's why I like using Zero's mini maps, is because, yeah, maps. Yeah, is because they do stay truer to color. Like this, I feels very much like what a Minecraft map should look like. And then you've got this little mini map in the corner, same thing. And you can, that's a thing that you can choose in this mod. You can say, I want my, oh, I was supposed to bring down stone, wasn't I? I want my, my maps to be like vanilla Minecraft color, or I want my maps to be the true block color. I'm not sure how they do it. They probably pull from the block color in the game. I put it all away. Crap. I have to go back up. Well, I don't think I'm in the mood to dig more deep slate, that's for sure. So maybe we'll have to figure out if this is about as deep as we want it to go. I wonder what design elements I could use. Maybe I could just drill holes or put lights or do something. Maybe the thing to do is to put like amethyst crystals at the bottom of it. Something like that could be kind of fun too. Oh, I'm well below where I was supposed to put a light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. MindTripMedia, some extra bits. Thanks very much. Really appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream. It's a little bit tricky when I'm only doing digging and mining and stuff. It's not quite as creative. And on the diagonal, got a gifted sub from MindTripMedia. That's great. Thank you so much. Diagonal, I think you've been around long enough to know that you can connect your Discord and your Twitch. But for anybody that's listening, if you use a sub, or if you go to patreon.com/JoelDuggan, you can join the Discord. And then you get to hang out with everybody in between streams, get to listen to the live not Spawn Talks, get to listen to the live Citadel Cafe podcast when we record it. It's a good time. It's also not a super noisy Discord. Like, people talk when they want to talk. It's not just full of people talking for the sake of talking. So it's not a lot to keep up on. I know sometimes people think like, oh gosh, one more Discord I have to keep up on. And it's active, but not overactive, I guess is a good way to say it. I mean, it's also full of super nice people. Granted, I'm a little biased because they're parts of my community, but turns out I like y'all. Who knew? I do like the noise that deepslate makes. Whoops. This is what I don't like about deepslate. It's such a subtle change, but it drives me nuts. Is that the whole floor? Almost. I think this is going to look really cool now that it's all sorted. Put a light over here. Yeah, it'll be really interesting if we can find the right block to contrast with the lights. I feel like I should probably put in the technical bits first, and then we can decide on what block palette might look best with the copper bulbs and with the animated lights. Because we might put something in here and it might look good if it's dark, but then when everything is lit up, it might look a little bit funny. Am I out of stone completely? I am. Well, there's a giant cave. I don't know if it's going to be advantageous to us, but again, it's not happening in the space I'm building. Cool. I just need a little bit of stone to do the walls. Done like dinner. Okay, head up and get some stone. Actually, I should probably sleep while I'm here. I think outside of the lights, that's everything. Those lights, those lights. Those are in. Get rid of these. And then in here, I'm probably going to replace this with stone. Just because we'll eventually have to replace it anyway. And that'll be easier to cut down. Is there... No, there's nothing there. Okay, so no scaffolding there. Only enter it from the outside. That's fine. Nice. Sometimes the timing on that is really tricky. Yeah, I was not expecting to have that much granite come out of that dig. Because I've got no real use for it in this build. I mean, for starters, it's pink. I need a new shulker box for clay. Thanks, Andy, yeah. I just like to make sure that things are tidied up. Alright, that's not full. That is not full. So andesite actually go in here. That means that is an empty shulker box. We are inching on to the next layer for stone. That was empty, wasn't it? Yeah. That's just a spare. Nice. Back to looking fairly clean. So we can still see the bottom. So we'd have to go down probably another 6 or 10 blocks probably before that would be completely, you know, it would look bottomless. I don't know if you can see it from up here, but I don't think that this is going to be open like this, so I don't know if that really matters. I'm assuming the higher you go, the more you can see. Oh no, okay. Because we're back farther, it's not that big of a deal. We're really to the point where I think the effect is strong. I will probably have to dig out another 5 or 10 layers would be my guess to get the effect that I want. Yeah, like unless you really get in here, you really can't see much. Plus there's going to be something here, so you're not going to be walking up the edge and looking straight down. You're probably going to be drawn more to like what's happening in this space here. So there'll be lights pulsing up this thing into something that looks important, some sort of power core thing. I don't know what that is. I also think that there's going to be some things connecting to the side, which also will block the view of the bottom, so that'll be helpful too. I get naming the shulkers with the items and etc., but is there a way to change it back with the icon, or since it's embedded that can't be? Oh yeah. No, you can change it any way you want. You can remove the item. How do you remove the item? You can do it. I can't remember how you remove an item, but you can replace an item. You can change an item for another one for sure. But no, I don't remember how you remove one. Really good question though. Honestly, I think you just put it in there without an item. So like if I go in here, this is that's full. These should not be in here. Let's just take this one off. I think if I just go to the anvil and just like no item. Yeah, it costs a level, but you just remove it. And it costs the same level if you wanted to replace it with a new item. You don't have to wipe it and then add. You can just add. And it'll cost the same single level. And you get both items back. They don't get consumed. Unless you remove it. Looks like removing the item label consumes it. It's called shulker box labels, I think. Yep. That's it there. I will post... Copy to clipboard and put it in chat. There you go. Cool. I am going to pass you all along to somebody playing Minecraft. Let me just refresh my feeds here and see who is live. But this was fun. I feel like we got a lot done in terms of the construction side of things. False is doing some Minecraft stuff. Short Zelda. Short Zelda is a fun person to rate. I think you'll all enjoy Short Zelda. Usually a little excitable. So they're playing Minecraft without a plan. That should be very entertaining. I will pass you along to Zelda. Thanks very much for hanging out, folks. Thanks for a great week. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for viewing and hanging out. Do check out the Discord if you've got a gift sub, or if you decided to join patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's only $2 a month. It's a great way to support me. You get to hang out in the Discord. You get live Citadel Cafe podcasts when they happen on Wednesday once a month. And that's what I need to go do. I need to go finish editing that podcast and get that out to you. So thanks again for the modding support, Sandy and Nadila today. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Don't forget to check out the Spawn Chunks as well. New episode is recording on Monday with the latest snapshot. There have actually been snapshots. There's been a couple of changes since last week. So we'll talk about that on the show. Bye for now.